Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Chats. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. A big hello to everyone listening today. How are you doing?
I hope you're having a good day. And before we get into today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep the challenge going.
Yes, we're getting very close to the finish line now. Welcome to day 27.
Brilliant! Day 27.
I know. It feels like we started this challenge just a few days ago.
Yeah, and now we're on day 2 of the final week.
Only a few more days.
So, Alex, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. A little tired, maybe.
Tired?
Yeah, I stayed up a little late last night again.
Watching football?
Of course. What about you?
I'm good. Actually, I'm feeling pretty happy today.
Nice. Did something good happen?
Nothing special today, but I had a really nice weekend.
Now that's a good way to start today's topic.
Exactly.
Because yesterday we talked about feelings. Today we're going back in time.
Not literally.
Sadly, no time machine in the studio.
You never know. Maybe one day.
So, today's topic is describing a past event.
When you see a friend, you often talk about things that already happened.
We must use the past tense.
Yes. The past tense shows that an action is completely finished.
For many English verbs, this is easy. We simply add ed. For example, play becomes played. Watch becomes watched. Cook becomes cooked. Visit becomes visited.
So if I say, I visited my parents last week, we know the visit is finished.
Right. But some verbs are irregular. They don't use ed. They change their spelling completely.
Like go becomes went, eat becomes ate, have becomes had.
See becomes saw, and do becomes did.
You don't need to memorize all of them today. It takes practice, but you will learn them quickly.
Yes, just listen to how we use them in real conversations. Emma, let's show our listeners how to tell a story about the past.
Okay.
What did you do last week?
I actually had a special family event.
Oh, what was it?
It was my older brother Jack's birthday.
Oh, nice. What age is he now?
He's 29.
Oh, yeah, he's a year older than me. Did you have a party?
Yeah, we did. We had a small family gathering.
What did you do?
Well, I wanted to do something special. So I invited my parents and Jack to my house for a dinner party.
Aw, lovely. Did you cook?
Yes, I did. I cooked for 3 hours. I made a very big Japanese curry from scratch. My dad was very proud of me, and everyone enjoyed it.
Nice. So you can say, I cooked dinner for my family.
Exactly. And that's a regular past tense verb. Cook became cooked.
Right. Did you eat cake?
Yes. After dinner, we had chocolate cake.
Of course there was cake.
Of course.
Did you make the cake?
Yeah, I made it.
Ah, so make becomes made here.
Exactly. That's an irregular verb.
And did you get him a present?
Yes, I did. I got him a new watch. He really liked it.
Nice. So get becomes got, like becomes liked. And what else did you do?
After we ate the cake, we talked, laughed, and stayed together for the evening.
Sounds like a really nice birthday.
It was.
That is a beautiful memory from last week. You used so many great past tense verbs. Cooked, made, ate, got, and had.
Thank you. What about you, Alex? What did you do last week? Did you do anything special?
I had a pretty busy week, actually. Last Saturday, my best friend Mark and I played in a soccer tournament.
A soccer tournament?
Yes, there were several teams, and we played a few games during the day.
Whew, that sounds exhausting. Did you play well?
It was. I actually scored a goal for my team.
No way. Did you win?
Yes, we won. We were all very excited and happy.
Really? Congratulations! So tell us about the game.
Well, the first game started in the morning. I was a little nervous at first, but after a few minutes, I felt much better. I ran around the field for almost an hour.
Wow. You must be very proud of yourself.
I am a little proud.
So, how did you celebrate your big win?
Well, I was extremely tired after running so much, so Mark and I went to a restaurant. We ate huge burgers and drank cold sodas.
Great. So you played soccer, scored a goal, won the game, went to a restaurant, ate burgers, and drank something cold.
Yes.
That sounds like a pretty good Saturday. What happened when you got home?
I went home and took a shower. Then I sat on the sofa.
Sit becomes sat.
Correct.
You really used a lot of irregular verbs in that story. Listeners, notice how Alex and I told our stories. We started with the time, last week or last Saturday.
Then we explained what the event was, a birthday dinner or a soccer game.
And finally, we used past tense verbs to describe what we did. I cooked, I gave, I ran, I ate.
Telling a short story about your life is the best way to practice English. People love to hear what you did.
So let's practice a short, natural conversation. Imagine we're back at work on Monday morning.
Good idea. This is perfect for small talk with colleagues.
Okay, we see each other near the coffee machine. Let's try it.
Hi. Good morning, Emma. How are you? How was your weekend?
Good morning, Alex. It was really nice, thanks. I visited my family on Saturday.
Oh, nice. What did you do?
We had dinner together. I cooked Japanese curry, and my brother made a chocolate cake.
That sounds delicious.
It was. What about you?
I played in a soccer tournament with Mark.
Oh, yes. You told me about that. How did it go?
It went really well. We won our game.
Wow, that is amazing. Congratulations. How did you celebrate?
After the game, we went to a restaurant and ate burgers.
That sounds very Alex. You always find a way to include food in your stories.
That's not a bad thing, right?
No, I suppose not. That was a perfect, friendly conversation.
Yes. When you ask someone about their past week, you show that you care about them.
It's very polite.
Now it is time for our vocabulary highlight. Let's review 2 important words from today's chat.
Good idea. The first word is event. E-V-E-N-T. Event.
An event is something that happens, especially something important or special. It could be a birthday, a wedding, a sports game, a concert, or even a family dinner.
So, for example, Emma's brother's birthday was an event.
Exactly. And your soccer tournament was also an event.
Right. I could say, I went to a soccer event last weekend.
That's right. Or, my family had a special event last week. And our second word is celebrate. C-E-L-E-B-R-A-T-E. Celebrate.
To celebrate means to do something special because something good happened.
For example, you can celebrate a birthday.
You can celebrate a wedding.
Or you can celebrate when your soccer team wins.
That's definitely what I did.
You can say, we celebrated my brother's birthday with a family dinner.
Or we celebrated our victory at a restaurant.
Very good.
Okay, everyone, it is time for our shadowing practice. Let's practice describing the past.
We will say a simple sentence. Then we will pause.
During the pause, you must speak out loud. Copy our speed and our pronunciation carefully. Are you ready? Let's practice.
Sentence number 1. What did you do last week?
Sentence number 2. Last week, I had a big soccer game.
Sentence number 3. I cooked a big dinner for my family.
Sentence number 4. We ate delicious food and laughed.
Sentence number 5. I went to a restaurant with my friend.
Sentence number 6. It was a very fun event.
Fantastic job! You are using the past tense beautifully.
Speaking, not just listening.
Now, it is time for our question of the day. This is your action step for day 27.
We want to hear a short story from you.
The question is, what did you do last week?
Go to the comments section and practice writing your answer in English. Use the past tense.
You can write, last weekend, I went to the park and I read a book.
Tell us your story, and do not forget our special rule. Please type Day 27 completed at the end of your comment.
Keep that amazing week 6 streak alive. You only have 3 days left.
Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us.
If you are enjoying this episode, please don't forget to hit the like button and share this podcast with a friend. It really helps us reach more English learners.
We'll be back tomorrow for day 28.
And tomorrow, we're going to turn our attention to the future.
We're going to talk about plans, dreams, and things we're going to do.
So, get ready.
Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, don't be afraid of mistakes.
Stay confident.
Goodbye, Alex.
Goodbye, Emma. Bye, everyone.
See you tomorrow.